Hey there friends, on today's video we're going to be doing a quick unboxing, quick review, and demonstration of this 60-foot ultra-long LED light strip set from Cozy Lady. Stay tuned, it's happening right now. So Cozy Lady sent us this 60-foot light strip just so we could do an unbiased review for them, get them a little more exposure. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to open this up here and just take an initial look at what comes in the box. Now, a lot of these little LED light kits are built very, very similar. So you may have something already, or you may be looking for an LED light strip. And this could be a good option for you, weighing in right at about $30 to $35. So the first thing we're going to get, obviously right out of the box, is our remote control. This is really cool because, again, you have all these different colors to choose from your LEDs, as well as some different settings that you can work with as well. Now, this whole kit, these lighting things are Wi-Fi enabled, meaning you can use Google with them, as well as many other different remote settings. So let's put our remote aside. The other thing we're going to have is our AC power adapter cord, and this is going to plug right into your wall outlet. And then we've got a normal cable that has a little interesting adapter on the end. Now, this adapter right here is going to be plugged into a little power port right here. And this is what's going to be inputted into our actual LED strip. So this does have some multiple parts that do need to operate cohesively in order for the LED strips to work correctly. I believe this is also where the Wi-Fi chip is stored for us to get all of those Google style settings. All right, next in the box, we've got some mounting hardware. These are kind of nice. They're really for those LED tack down strips that allow you to kind of keep everything flush and flat on the surface you mount it to. We also have some 3M adhesive strips if you want to use these little adhesive strips, as well as a roll of adhesive tape. So there's lots of different mounting options that are included in this box. All right, finally, we've got our sealed LED light strip. This is, you can see 60 feet is fairly long. We'll go ahead and take this out of the wrapper and just get an idea of how long we're going to be able to work with. Finally, you do have some instruction booklets, both a quick guide, as well as some warranty information and installation notes. Okay, so here are our basic install pieces. Again, here is our Wi-Fi controller. AC adapter goes into there, and then we have our connection ports on this end. And as you can see, this comes in two separate rolls, 30 feet each. And I've unraveled this guy just a hair so we can kind of take a look. You can see this is just one unraveled row. We've got many more to go with, and we're already got quite a few feet. So this thing is going to give us a lot of space to work with. Here's what the LED strips actually look like. You can see that they're based off of that red, green, blue color system, meaning that all the different colors on the spectrum can be achieved by combining those. And then you've got your actual LED lights and other control mechanisms. Now, again, these can be daisy chained together, meaning you can put one adapter in the other and actually create a chain between the two. Or the way that this is designed is you can actually have two chains that go in opposite directions and still are able to be controlled by the same switch. So again, once we're ready to hook up one single string, we're just going to take that specific end, the male, and plug it into the female end of our Wi-Fi controller. And just like that, we've hooked up this string now to be enabled. Okay, something else to note is this does come with a male adapter, meaning I can take a female port, and just by putting this in there, we can make this now a male plug for daisy chaining. All right, now that we have a good idea of the basic components and how the strips are built up, let's go ahead and install this and do a quick demo to see how things work. Okay, so we are currently in the kitchen, and let me show you where I'm planning on sticking these lights. So if you look up here on our bar area, you can see that what I've done is I've mounted some push button lights. These things are awful. Basically, you just push these, they come up, they're not giving us enough light that we desire. And so I'm going to go ahead and take those down and put up these LED strip lights. The company Cozy Lady did send us out that 60-foot version. So we may have enough to go and do something like this underneath our cabinets in the garage as well, which could be kind of fun. Now, one other thing you do need to note is that this has to have a power source nearby. So thankfully on this wall, we have a little outlet that's down here below our mail slot. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually take our little power adapter here. I'm just going to stick it in our wall socket. If you're in a bedroom, this is another great option, is to put this in an outlet that's not right out in the open so you can kind of hide these power cords. Now this AC adapter is going to come up, and what I did is I actually put the wiring in back of our mail slot. So you can see it kind of comes up there and then comes out the back. And then we have a lot of access wire, which again, I'm going to try to hide in the top portion of our mail slot before running it up there into the cabinets. So let's get our little Wi-Fi adapter and let's put that on the end here and connect everything up. Okay, so what I've done is I've temporarily run this wire all the way back down to the countertop, and we're going to stick this end right into our Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, this is what it looks like when everything is all connected up. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our Wi-Fi adapter and that access cord, and we're just going to actually stick everything down into this top mail slot. Now again, you can see this is where things get a little bit messy. You really are going to have to do some cord management if you want to get this stuff out of the way. If you have this in another room, just know that you are going to have some access cord that needs to be hidden. Again, this is going to be okay for that Wi-Fi adapter because it does have kind of an open area where it can still pick up signal from our router. Now, the other thing you will need to remember, if you want to use the remote, this is the sensor. This is going to be attached to the other side of that Wi-Fi controller. And the sensor needs to be exposed to an area that the remote can reach. In other words, there needs to be some sort of direct line of sight for that remote to work on this guy. Okay, now in this process, we've also made sure that we can get good access to the ports that connect up to the LED strips. So those are sticking out. Let's go ahead and connect the first 30 feet of LED lights, and we can go ahead and get a quick test. Okay, so here is our LED strip, and I'm going to take our little connector end. And again, you see that little arrow that's on the white end there? That needs to be aligned with the arrow that's going to be up here on these connector ends. So if you look closely, you can see that there's also a matching arrow right there. So I'm going to go ahead and line those up and connect the two. For our testing purposes, we do want to try out the remote. There's a little plastic piece that's in here. If you remove the little battery cover, just make sure and grab that plastic piece out, and then we're going to push the battery compartment back in, and that will allow the contacts for the battery to connect, and now this is live. Okay, so I've got line of sight with the sensor right there, and now let's go ahead and give this a quick try. It may be defaulted on, ours was, so let's go ahead and hit the on button. As you can see, it comes up into that purple configuration. We have our white settings that are over here. So I'm going to click it on white, and then I'm going to go all the way down to full white mode right here. We can also go half and dim it as necessary. But again, that full white is going to be down there on the bottom. And as you can see, that just gives us a nice kind of clear, bright looking light. Now live here, I'm actually seeing that it does have a little bit of a blue hue. I know it's really kind of hard to see on video, but I think that's going to look okay. Again, kind of hanging up on our over-the-counter cabinets. And it's going to, again, be enough distance that it'll basically just give us a lot of good light without needing that color spectrum that we do have available. Now, if we do want to make things kind of fun, again, we can start changing some of these LEDs. You can see there's orange. Let's go green, and then we also have the blue setting. So that's kind of that deep blue here. Again, I know it's kind of hard to see on camera. So we can do a kind of a greenish hue. We can do, again, that pink color, or this is going to be a yellowish kind of green color, which is kind of cool. One of the other things that we do have the ability to do is do kind of a different light style settings. So as you can see, that's going to move through the color spectrum with this strobe effect. We can click it on a quick effect. We also got a flash option. That's just going to kind of move through. We've got a jump option, and that jump option is going to give us the ability to just kind of move directly to other colors. We have a jump to version. There you go. Here's a slow version. That's just going to kind of slowly move through the colors. For now, I'm going to go ahead and click on the white button and just give us that nice clear white LED light. Okay, at this point, we're ready to start tacking it up underneath our cabinets. One thing I do want to note is it does have areas where you can actually cut this. Now remember, once it's cut, you're not going to be able to use the additional piece in the string. It will have to be used with this other connector as an additional piece that's connected directly to the Wi-Fi controller. But again, it's kind of nice that way you don't have to try and find a place to hide this entire roll if for some reason it goes longer than what you need. Again, make sure you look for those cut marks. Okay, let's again take a look at the different adhesive options we have for anchoring those LED lights underneath our cabinets. I am actually going to try these little guys. It's a little double-sided tape, these little clips, which will basically be mounted underneath the cabinets. The LED strip will move through this little clip underneath the bottom, and then again, it'll stick to both the cabinet and the LED strip, keeping everything kind of in place. If you want something that's a little more permanent and unmovable, then you can use these hard mounting strips. You're basically just going to have to put that screw in. And these plastic pieces have this little edge to it. You can see it sticks out where the LED strip is going to rest. So again, that's a little more permanent if you're okay putting some holes inside your cabinetry or your wall or wherever else you're mounting this. And again, worst case scenario, if you just want to put a bunch of tape on the back and stick it up in one fell swoop, you have that option as well. Okay, so here is our little white clip where the LED strip is going to go through. Again, all I'm going to do is take off this adhesive backing like that, and it now is ready to stick on. So I'm going to have this little clip kind of in the outward position so we can slide the LED strip in. Once you have that, basically you're just going to put these in place. Again, for us, we're going to put it on the very back side of our cabinetry there. You can see I've actually put one right here, and then all the way also over in this corner. That's going to be kind of our first attachment. Now we're going to want to put more, but this is a great spot to kind of get everything aligned and in place before we put something potentially more permanent. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our little strip here, and I can stick it just right inside that holder. Again, make sure you're not covering any of the LED lights. And then we can just kind of come down the way here, making sure the strip is faced in the right direction. And I can continue to slide those strips right into place, pulling everything nice and tight. Okay, let's turn these on and give them a quick test. So there you go. Again, that's that bright white color, which again is coming across a little bit blue. All right, friends, there you go. That's a quick install of the Cozy Lady Ultra Long LED strip lights. Again, if somebody wants these for something fun, like their dorm room or something like that, I highly recommend it. But if you're going to do this for something like a professional looking kitchen, those kind of things, I don't know. I don't think it actually is going to fit our motif super great. Again, I may just use this in some place like the garage where I need a few extra lights over a workbench or something like that. This is about 30, 35 bucks or so. I'll give you a link where you can purchase it directly on their website. And if this has helped, would you guys hit that thumbs up button? It lets us know we're making helpful videos. You also might want to subscribe because we've got a lot more tips, tricks, and tutorial videos that are coming up soon. Thanks so much for watching.